So lately it feels like we can't go a full day without some new Smash news dropping and just turning speculation completely around. And once again this has happened. We've gotten some new Smash news, and this has happened like so many days in a row. It feels like we've gotten some huge new leak or something like that, and then the next day we have another leak that's like totally different and conflicts with the last one, and then there's something else going on. And once again there's some new Smash news today that is totally flipping everything we were talking about completely around. So a while back, before Terry's reveal, I Am Shifty was saying the next character would be Ryu Hayabusa. Instead it was Terry, but I Am Shifty never really backed down from Ryu Hayabusa being in Smash. Then Brew Elfin's leak came to light, the one where he predicted Piranha Plant on Facebook, and Brew was also backing Ryu Hayabusa coming to Super Smash Bros. After that, someone contacted me who had a Mii costume list back in July that ended up guessing a bunch of basically unguessable Mii costumes like Goemon and the Rocket Grunt costumes. They're saying Crash Bandicoot would be the 5th DLC character. In my last video, I went into detail about both these things, saying how the order of characters is really hard to guess. A lot of people have gotten that wrong. Vergeben thought that Erdrick would be the first DLC character revealed. Instead, we got Joker. I was thinking Banjo was going to be base game and fell for the Grinch leak. So that keeps happening. So these leakers, not knowing what the order might be, their characters could still happen here, but the order could be off. So I suggested that was a possibility. I also suggested that the Crash information might not be coming from the same original source as the Mii costume information. So I'm a little wary of everything here, but I went over all that in my last video, so if you're interested, check that one out. I also talked about a leak that was saying Touhou Music was coming to Smash and gave a lot of evidence towards Reimu potentially coming to Smash. After all that stuff, I thought Ryu Hayabusa was most likely the 5th DLC character, and maybe Crash and Reimu were happening later down the line. Well, now I'm not so sure because something else just came out. Over on Twitter, Sabi wrote this: I am not leaning towards Ryu Hayabusa or Crash for Fighter Pass number 5. I'm not deconfirming them for Fighter 5, just considering them very unlikely based on some new private developments. I can't share anything else right now. Sabi talked to me privately about this, and I responded to the tweet with this. Sabi talked to me about this, and I agree with this tweet. I do not know who DLC 5 is, so I won't confirm or deconfirm anyone, but a good source is now saying not to back Ryu Hayabusa or Crash. We can't go 24 hours without something interesting lately. To be specific, they're saying not to back Ryu Hayabusa or Crash as DLC number 5. Later on, who knows? When I first talked to Sabi about this, I wasn't sure if they had gone public with the names Ryu Hayabusa and Crash, so over on my Discord I said that I didn't think the main frontrunners were as likely anymore, and a lot of people took that to mean like any frontrunner characters, but I really just meant Ryu Hayabusa and Crash. I just wasn't sure if Sabi had publicly said those names, so I was trying to be vague, so I said the term frontrunners, and I know that confused some people. So just to be clear, I'm only talking about Ryu Hayabusa and Crash. Other frontrunner characters like Doom Guy or Lloyd or Gino and stuff like that, we haven't heard anything about them. Over on Discord, Sabi said this: somebody pretty high up isn't telling me who they heard, but said it wasn't Ryu or Crash. Oh, same person who kept Terry to himself for a month. And then someone asked me, so can we back any characters? And I responded, you can back characters, but a good source of Sabi's that told us Terry said don't back Hayabusa or Crash for DLC 5. That's what's happening. So that's basically it. The person who leaked Terry to Sabi is now saying not to back Hayabusa or Crash for DLC 5. They seem to know it's some other character, but they haven't spilled the beans yet. I think they're probably waiting till they're absolutely sure before they tell us what character it could be. I was honestly feeling pretty confident that Ryu Hayabusa was probably going to be DLC 5, and now that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. So I really don't know what to say with all this. Feels like we've gotten some pretty solid, good leaks lately, and even though we got a bunch of information with that stuff, it's all kind of up in the air now as someone else who I think is an even better source, more credible source than the Ryu Hayabusa leakers or the Crash leaker is now saying it's not either of those for DLC 5. So I don't know who it could be. Now, my last video talked about Ryu Hayabusa, Crash, and Reimu, so this person didn't say no to Reimu, so is it Reimu? Well, unfortunately, something else also came up that made the whole Reimu leak seem a lot less likely today. So Mohammed 10 wrote, update on Reimu. One of the things that has people going for Reimu is the leaker's credibility, with the leaker said to have leaked AOCF material on 5chan. Turns out the game design sketches, which the leaker leaked and was subsequently circulated as a result, was in fact already posted by the lead developer of Twilight Frontier before. What this means is that the AOCF leaker lied about leaking AOCF. That's a major credibility killing blow in my book. As for predicting a Switch port, I am sure anyone could have predicted that. Pic in question posted by the developer and was supposedly leaked by the leaker, and then they showed the pic. So the leak about Touhou music coming to Super Smash Bros. Rode entirely on the credibility of the person who was saying it, who had supposedly leaked things before for Touhou games, but it turns out they actually didn't. What they had leaked was already publicly known. It was, I guess, just not super aware by everybody that it was known. So yeah, that one's kind of out the window too. Now, I have no idea who DLC 5 is. The Reimu leak seems to have fallen apart completely, though Reimu could still happen at some point here, maybe as DLC 5. We have a very credible leaker saying that Crash and Hayabusa are not DLC 5, but since they're not so confident that they can give us who it is for sure, it's still possible that they're wrong and it is Hayabusa or Crash as DLC 5. We really can't be sure. However, I do trust this source of Sabi's more than basically anybody else who's leaking stuff here, so yeah, I'm probably going to say it's unlikely Hayabusa or Crash are DLC 5. It's probably somebody else. But who could that be? Well, other strong candidates include Doom Guy. They had that whole Bethesda interview where they said they had talked to Nintendo about Smash. Lloyd Irving from Tales of Symphonia seems fairly possible, getting another Namco rep, and there seems to be something Tales happening in the works. There's some rumors of that, but no one's sure exactly what it is. It could be Lloyd and Smash. A Resident Evil rep always seemed pretty likely to me. I had actually heard that Jill may have been attempted to be negotiated for way back in February, but the negotiations may have fallen through. So I don't know about that one. That was from somebody who was pretty credible saying that, but they were literally telling me that it might not have actually happened, so who knows about that one. I can't completely throw my own bias aside. There's also the possibility it's Geno. I don't think 2 Square characters in the Fighter's Pass seems all that likely, but there is some stuff going for Geno, so yeah, I'll throw him in there too. He's possible. And honestly, there's a ton of characters who are possible. Maybe some characters we're really not looking at, or I didn't mention at least. So yeah, I'm kind of in the dark here at this point. I do trust Sabi's source. I know who they are. I know that they've gotten Terry for us before, so I do trust them above all the other leaks that are going on. So yeah, right now, currently not backing Hayabusa or Crash for DLC 5. They could happen. That could be who we get, but if I had to put my faith in any of the leaks or leakers that are going on here, I'd put my faith in Sabi's source that are saying it's not one of them. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about in this video. Kind of crazy, guys. It feels like every single day there's just something new and things change completely. It seems like we're totally sure of this character and then a new character gets in the running and then a character falls out of the running. It's just madness, and I hope we get something really solid soon because this is getting really intense. If you guys have any thoughts or comments about any of the stuff I talked about in this video, leave them below. So once again, thank you guys for all the subscribes, all the likes. Really helps out the channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so, or like the video, or leave a comment, whatever you want. Until next time, have a good one.